Yo, I have said some stupid things because I felt like I had to say something. Like, I've said some mean stuff and I decided I'm not going to listen to what I was taught as a 5-year old. I didn't have nothing nice to say and I said something anyway. And then other times I thought my opinion was so awesome only to find out that my 2 cents weren't worth the god dang worth of nothing. I don't even know what the value of a god dang worth of nothing is, but I know it's less than 2 cents. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I hope life is good. And if it ain't, I hope it gets better. And hey, maybe this podcast will play a part in making that happen. So sit back, listen, hang a bit, laugh with me, laugh at me. All that matters is you're here. This podcast starts right now. Enjoy. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Blaze. I'm somebody's dad, just figuring it out. That's the name of this podcast. I appreciate you joining me because it's a beautiful day. It's cold outside, and I'm filming in my car, recording in my car, rather. Filming. I'm not on the movies yet. Recording in my car. And I just had a thought. Figured I'd share it with you. Now, before I go into that, those of you who've been here before, you know what's coming. And those of you who are not, let me learn you. We're going to get one thing straight right out the gate. I'm going to be general on most things. I'm going to be specific on a few. But regardless of what I say, I ain't no guru, boo boo. You help me, I help you. And then at the end of the day, if we can be a little bit better versions of ourselves, which I believe we can be, just a little bit, we're going to call that a W. Guys, here's my thought. Let me put my glasses on. Some of y'all, you're listening, you can't see. I have my cool shades on, right? They're not like, you know, Burberry or Gucci shades and nothing like that. Like literally, I got them from Home Depot. They're like $2.99. And these things have survived like 2 years. Guys, I had a thought, and I actually did a wake up thing about this. Actually, it was a I don't know if it was a wake up thing, but it was something. I posted about, I guess it's not having anything to say. So I had something that I was gonna say, and I was gonna put it on TikTok, and then it just left me. Like I just was I blanked. And I thought, okay, well, it'll come to me in a couple seconds. Let's just keep talking. It just did not come back. And essentially what I figured out was I didn't have anything to say because it felt forced. It felt like I was trying to come up with something. And so, we just kind of deaded the whole thing. But then I was like, well, maybe that's the key. Maybe you ain't always got to have something to say. Maybe you ain't got to say nothing. And so a seed was planted. Listen, I feel like this. We all have the right to say something. And I do believe all of us have something to say about some things, but not everything. Like let me start it off like this. The old adage goes, you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. It's okay if you don't have anything nice to say, and it's okay if you don't have anything to say at all. You gotta remember, if you're just gonna spout off some negative stuff, why the heck are you talking? Like, and by the way, let's not get negative confused with truth. Just because you're telling something that is honest, just because you're saying something passionate, does not mean that you're saying something that is negative. However, y'all know when y'all talking nonsense, you know when you talking cash stuff. You understand. And you know the difference between the two. So if you're going to say something negative, I say this with the utmost respect, just shut up. Shut your whole face. Keep it to yourself. Because don't nobody need to hear it. And if you know, if you are like, you know what, I'm going to say something because I think this could help this individual. Okay, great. You want to give them advice. It's coming from an awesome place. But advice that ain't asked for comes off as criticism. I don't know that it is your intention to criticize, but if it is, I need you to stop. And if it's not your intention to criticize, please understand that if you give someone advice and they didn't ask for it, the only way for them to receive it is criticism. Now, maybe they respect you in a way that says, I'll take this as constructive, loving criticism, but it is criticism nonetheless because they didn't ask for it. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, what do you think about this? Lay it all out there. Do your thing. However, that's typically not the case. And y'all know the situation and circumstance I'm talking about. But again, if you've got nothing nice to say, keep it to yourself. And I'm talking about the comment section on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Like, just keep it to yourself. Because I'm certain that if you maybe took a step back from that ledge, my friend, you stop jumping to conclusions, jumping on a trend of being negative, or jumping out the goddamn window about something that if you took a moment to think and really reflect and dive a little bit deeper, would not send you off the deep end into your feelings. But unfortunately, we live in a society where people are almost given the green light to just say whatever they want, no matter how many people it hurts. You know, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? You've gotten so worked up about something that you take time to write a comment and you're thinking about it and you've written dang near an essay, but you're like, no, I gotta erase this part because it's not gonna say it the way I want to say. And then you look up and you've wasted 5, 10 minutes leaving a comment. Well, here's number two for you. Sometimes shutting up saves time. Guys, no, you don't have to say something negative. Keep that to yourself. Y'all don't have to say anything because oftentimes you taking the time to comment on something is a waste of time. When you could just, if you need to, just say it out loud. If you need to, journal it. I don't know what you need to do to get it out of your system, but really it's not that you have something pertinent to say, something that you believe is impactful, something you believe can contribute to the conversation. You just feel like getting off a comment when in fact you would save yourself time and everybody else time from having to listen to you. If you would just shut it up. Because sometimes it's not even that your comment is bad or that your comment doesn't actually have merit, but to make the comment, whether it's saying it or typing it, is just a misuse of your time. Because you've also got to remember who you're making the comment to. If you're just putting it out in the ether of the internet, you may or may not get a response or a like. So you spend a whole bunch of time typing something up that may be so spot on, it's ridiculous, and yet nobody will like it. Nobody will share it. The actual poster of the video that you're commenting on may never see it, especially if it's like 3, 4, 5 weeks old. It's a misuse of time. And if it's saying it, think about who you're saying it to. Is it going to fall on deaf ears? Is it going to be told to someone who's actually not going to care about what you're saying? If that's the case, then it's a waste of time because, well, they don't care. And if they don't care, they're not going to receive it. If they don't receive it, there is no need in you wasting your breath or any moment of your life telling them. And you know the people, because you know the folks that you've given, asked for advice to, and they said, nah, I'm going to do something different. You know the individuals who are like, yo, what do you think? And you're like, are you sure you want me to tell you what I think? Because it may not necessarily be what you would like to hear, but I'm going to give you the honest perspective I have. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. And then they get offended when you tell them. Like, realize that your comment may be phenomenal, but it might be a waste of your time to share it. And then, I don't know, this is just me. This is a kind of a thing that I have, right? Don't say anything negative because if you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Um, Shutting up can save you time because sometimes what you're saying, no matter how good, is being said to an audience that won't receive it, doesn't care to look at it, or may never take the time to understand it. And lastly, I really don't know that donating your 2 cents is going to bring value. Here's what I mean. I just mentioned it a moment ago about who you're telling it to because, it may fall on deaf ears or go to someone who isn't really going to listen to your comment, maybe utilize your comment for their betterment. I would almost say it this way. Your 2 cents ain't as expensive as you think it is. Ain't as valuable as you think it is. Some of y'all hold your opinion and your comment and your perspective at such a high regard as to believe that others should value it. Please understand, an opinion really has no value because it's not based in anything other than maybe a particular perspective, maybe a lived experience that may not be universal. But ultimately, an opinion is probably something that's not asked for. that you just are giving away like so many bits of rotten fruit, hoping somebody will take one. Some people have perspective, but just because you have a lived experience that provided you a certain amount of wisdom, it does not mean that that wisdom is so valuable that everyone must have it. Like, I appreciate those who are willing to share, but dang it, if I didn't want it, don't give it to me. Additionally, some of you think that because of who you are, and I'm all about having self confidence, maybe a title you have, maybe a certain amount of degrees that you have, maybe an expertise that you might have, that your comment is one that needs to be heeded and is worthy of attention, of investigation, of interaction by anyone. I say with the utmost respect, who are you? To quote Alice in Wonderland. And if you're wondering, like, I'm talking about the weed smoking caterpillar, because we're not gonna act like that man was not smoking weed, if not some type of opiate. I'm just saying, he was high. His wisdom came from a place of highness I don't believe Snoop Dogg has ever been to. Okay? But who are you? Again, I'm all about self confidence. I'm all about self esteem being high. But you throwing your 2 cents in may not add value to anyone or anybody. And it's 2 cents, not $20. Because some of y'all swear y'all got a $100 opinion, $1,000 perspective when it's valued at 10 cents worth of nothing. And I'm not trying to play your face, but what I am asking people to do is maybe take a moment and see, hey, is the opinion that I have, the comment I'm about to share, is it relevant to the conversation being had, the video clip and its message? Is it even relevant? Okay, cool. We found out that it's relevant. Great. That adds a little bit of value. All right, cool. Am I offering a perspective that is different from something that has already been said? Because y'all know in the comment section, somebody will say one thing and then somebody will say that same thing. Somebody will say that same thing again in a different way. Somebody will say that same thing with a whole lot more words, most of it being fluff that doesn't contribute. But we're going to leave that alone. But is it something that someone else hasn't said? All right. Oh, it is some. Okay. You don't see that any in the comment section this has been said and you don't remember hearing this come up in the conversation. Cool. There's a little bit more value there. Ooh, is my comment being delivered in a way that other people can receive? Now, you can't do so much on the internet with that because people are going to read into whatever they feel like reading into because text doesn't have inflection or tone, volume, or anything like that. And you could capitalize something. People assume you're yelling it. You ain't yelling it because you're typing very calmly. So you can only do so much in the comment section in terms of how you are putting forth your message and, attempting to deliver it in a way where it can be received. But when you're talking to somebody, it's relevant, the comment or opinion. It's something different than what's been shared. But if I'm yelling it, or if I'm telling someone in no uncertain terms or uncertain terms that you are stupid for not even having thought of it this way, or you are stupid for not believing that my opinion is the right one, I think that maybe.
With all due respect, shut the hell up.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you have an opinion or a comment that is different from what's been shared, is relevant to the conversation or the clip, and is delivered in a way that can be received, because again, you can't control how people feel, but you can do your very best to deliver it in a way where it can at least be understood, then cool, awesome. But if any one of them three is missing, then it lessens the value of what you are trying to say. And again, y'all out here thinking that your 2 cents is worth $100 when at best it is 2 cents that has been elevated to 10 cents worth of nothing. So I say in closing, because you know what, as any good reverend on any good Sunday would say, I said I won't go be before you long. We finna close. We finna close. An opinion can be shared, but is not always going to be wanted. Just know that. A comment isn't necessarily needed in order to further a conversation, but it's your complete right to leave a comment. And also, make sure that you accurately assess the relevance, the delivery, and the attempted uniqueness of your comment, your perspective, your opinion. Otherwise, shut up, don't say nothing if you ain't got nothing nice to say, and keep your 2 cents. Hey everybody, that's our show. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I'm somebody's dad, just figuring it out. Hopefully you got something from today's episode. Like it, share, subscribe, get involved in the comments, tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, smile a little bit more. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you on the next episode.